Hello, I'm Dr. Arthur. Welcome back to your home for healthy aging. Think about the last time you were moving around your house. You walked into a room, realized you forgot something, and pivoted to go back. It takes less than a second. You do it 50 times a day without a single thought. But statistically, that exact split second is one of the highest risk moments for a life-altering injury if you are over the age of 70. Most people worry about steep staircases or wet patches on the pavement. But as a clinician, I see a much more subtle enemy: the sudden change of direction. It's that quick spin in the kitchen to grab a boiling pot, or the sharp turn in a crowded supermarket aisle. In a flash, your feet get tangled, your balance vanishes, and you are on the floor. If you or an aging parent you love have ever felt a sudden wave of dizziness or a slight stumble when trying to turn around, you cannot afford to ignore this video. Welcome to Dr. Arthur. My goal is to keep you moving freely, safely, and entirely on your own terms. Today, I am breaking down a revolutionary, easy-to-learn movement pattern called the compass pivot, along with 5 highly targeted stability drills. Together, these tools will rewrite how your brain and body handle sudden turns, keeping you firmly upright. If you want to protect your independence and keep your body resilient as you age, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a vital health breakdown. Before we look at the physical solution, we have to talk about what is actually happening beneath the surface after age 70. It isn't just about getting a few scrapes or bruises anymore. Over time, our bone density naturally decreases, a process often leading to osteoporosis. Because our bones become more porous and fragile, the exact same trip or slip that a 30-year-old completely walks away from can suddenly mean a fractured hip, a broken wrist, or severe spinal trauma for a senior. These injuries lead to immediate hospitalization, complex surgeries, and months of grueling rehabilitation. But the physical damage is only half the battle. The true danger is what happens to your mind afterward: the spiral of fear. When a senior falls, even if they escape without a broken bone, their confidence takes a massive hit. They subconsciously stop moving. They stop going out for walks, they avoid family gatherings, and they sit in a chair for most of the day just to stay safe. But here is the cruel irony. When you stop moving, your muscles atrophy, your joints stiffen, and your neurological balance degrades. By hiding away to avoid a fall, you actually make your body significantly more vulnerable to the next one. Why does a simple turn throw the human body into chaos? It comes down to basic physics. When you are walking forward, your body is a train on a straight track. Your momentum, your vision, and your center of gravity are all perfectly aligned. Your brain is on autopilot. But the moment you attempt to turn, you are asking that train to suddenly make a sharp right angle without a curve. Your upper body wants to go one way, your lower body is trying to plant itself, and your forward momentum is still pushing you ahead. This creates an immediate mechanical conflict. In my clinic, I consistently see 2 catastrophic movement errors when seniors try to navigate this conflict. Error #1, the pivot trap. This is when a person keeps one foot completely glued to the floor and tries to twist their entire body around that single point. It forces your legs to cross like a pair of scissors. Once your ankles are locked together, you have zero base of support. One tiny wobble, and you collapse. Error #2, the wide swing. To avoid crossing their legs, some seniors do the exact opposite. They take a massive, heavy step out to the side, swinging their leg like a pendulum. This instantly throws your weight completely outside of your skeletal frame. If your hip or core muscles aren't strong enough to catch that massive shift in weight, gravity takes over and pulls you sideways. We must break that cycle before it even begins. Falling is not a mandatory tax you have to pay just for growing older. It is entirely preventable, and it starts with correcting the way you change direction. To completely eliminate both of these errors, I want you to retire the old way you turn and replace it with a technique I call the compass pivot. Think of a drawing compass used in school. One point stays stable while the other draws a smooth, controlled circle through a series of tiny, incremental shifts. Instead of a violent twist or a clumsy leap, the compass pivot relies on a sequence of rhythmic, low-impact adjustments. Here is exactly how you perform a 90-degree turn to the right using this method. 1. Establish your base. Begin by standing tall, ensuring your feet are spaced evenly at hip width. This is your maximum stability zone. 2. The initial unweighting. Instead of twisting your body, slightly unweight your right foot, lift the heel, and open your toes outward to the right by just about 20 to 30 degrees. Plant it down firmly. 3. The following step. Now, lift your trailing left foot and bring it right back parallel to your right foot, resetting your hip-width base. 4. Repeat the rhythm. Simply repeat this micro-adjustment 2 more times. Open the lead foot. Follow with the trailing foot. By utilizing these tiny, controlled geometric steps, your legs never cross over the midline. Your weight remains perfectly centered over your feet at all times. It might feel incredibly slow and deliberate when you first try it out in an empty room, but as your brain builds the muscle memory, you will naturally speed it up. Within a few days, it will blend seamlessly into your everyday walking pattern. Nobody watching you will notice anything unusual. They will simply see a person moving with absolute poise and unshakable stability. To feed this new movement pattern, we need to fortify the specific muscle groups responsible for keeping you upright. Here are 5 foundational exercises you should seamlessly integrate into your morning routine. All you need is a plain wall or a heavy kitchen chair for security. Drill 1. Lower leg kinetic activations, calf and ankle extensions. Your ankles act as the literal steering wheel of your body. If the muscles surrounding your lower leg are weak, your body cannot make micro-corrections when the floor beneath you is uneven. Position yourself behind a sturdy chair with your hands resting lightly on the backrest. Keep your gaze forward. Smoothly push through the balls of your feet to elevate your heels into the air. Pause at the peak for a full 2 seconds to engage the calf muscles. Now, take 3 slow seconds to lower your guts back to the floor. Do not rush the descent. Control is where the strength is built. Perform 2 sets of 12 controlled repetitions. Drill 2. Lateral weight transference channels. Turning requires a temporary transfer of 100% of your weight onto a single leg while the other moves. This drill prepares your nervous system for that brief, single-leg phase. Stand facing a countertop, with your feet set wide at shoulder distance. Gently glide your hips to the right side, allowing your right leg to absorb your body weight. Slowly lift your left foot entirely off the floor, even just an inch is perfect. Hold this single-leg posture for 4 seconds without letting your hips sag. Return to center and smoothly glide over to the left side. Complete 2 sets of 10 repetitions per side. Drill 3. Controlled high knee stabilization. The compass pivot demands that you lift your feet cleanly off the floor. Scraping or dragging your feet is a massive trip hazard. This exercise builds your hip flexor strength. Stand tall next to a wall for reassurance. Slowly lift your right knee upward toward the ceiling, aiming to get it as close to hip height as comfortably possible. Hold it there for a split second, then place it down with quiet precision. No stomping. Alternate immediately to the left leg. Keep your spine perfectly straight throughout. Do not hunch forward. Do 2 sets of 20 total paces, 10 per leg. Drill 4. Inline linear tracking, the alignment stance. This challenges your vestibular or balance system by drastically narrowing your base of support, mimicking the tight configurations your feet encounter during complex real-world maneuvers. Stand next to a long counter. Place the heel of your right foot directly up against the toes of your left foot, forming a perfectly straight line on the floor. Find an object across the room to lock your eyes onto. Let go of the counter if you feel safe, and hold this narrow stance for 25 seconds. Focus on breathing deeply. Switch your feet so the left is in front, and repeat. Complete 2 sets on each side. Drill 5. Dynamic perimeter extensions, the spatial reach. Falls rarely happen when we are completely still. They happen when we twist our torso to reach for a ringing phone or a drop set of keys. This trains dynamic, multi-directional control. Plant your right foot firmly on the ground while holding a chair with your right hand. Imagine you are standing inside a giant circle. Slowly extend your left arm straight out in front of you as far as you can stretch while keeping your right foot anchored. Return to center. Next, reach out horizontally to the far left. Return to center. Finally, reach diagonally back and behind your left shoulder. Return to center. Run through this three-way reach sequence twice on each leg. If you combine all 5 of these simple drills with the compass pivot technique, you create a powerful 15-minute anti-fall shield that you can deploy every single day right in the comfort of your home. Let me leave you with a vital piece of advice. Getting older does not mean you have to shrink your world. True safety doesn't come from moving less. It comes from moving with superior technique. You don't have to be timid. You just have to be prepared. Your muscular and neurological systems are incredibly intelligent. No matter if you are 70, 80, or 90, your body will adapt, rebuild, and protect you if you give it the right daily inputs. Commit to practicing the compass pivot every time you navigate your hallways or work in your kitchen this week. Turn it into an automated habit. If this new breakdown brought clarity to your health journey, please hit that like button. Share this video directly with a friend, a neighbor, or a family member who needs to stay safe and steady on their feet. Thank you for spending your time with me today. I am Dr. Arthur. Stay strong, move with purpose, and I will see you in our next Health Blueprint video.